In terms of consumer qualities, such models had everything to be in no way inferior to Toyota. The 6th generation Cedric Y30 is just one of those. If you do not take into account stylistic nuances, then the business class at Nissan and Toyota Crown are practically clones. Identical proportions and design elements, length and width down to the millimeter, even the body. In addition, and unlike Toyota, Cedric had a double Gloria. The body versions were absolutely identical to the Cedric. 3-volume, without a central pillar, a classic sedan and station wagon, including van with a simplified finish. On a well-equipped wagon, there was a third row of seats in the trunk, the same place as the Crown. In other words, Cedric/Gloria for Nissan was a kind of universal weapon in the fight for the minds and wallets of the spoiled Japanese consumer. If you want, carry loads. If you want, go to picnics with 7 people. For those who like to enjoy driving themselves, modifications with turbo engines were calculated. And at the top of the line were very well-packed versions, at least no poorer in terms of equipment than the Crown. Engine. Cedric in the lower configuration immediately received a 2.0-liter V6 VG20E. There were only 125 to 130 horses in this engine, but it is notable for the fact that this is the first serial Japanese V-image. Let it be cast iron and with 2 valves per cylinder. Allegedly created in collaboration with Alfa Romeo. At least the Italians, with whom the Nissan team collaborated in the field of badge engineering, inspired partners to develop such a unit. In addition to the aspirated, the Cedric/Gloria had a turbocharged VG20ET with a return of 170 horses, as well as a 3.0-liter VG30 engine in carbureted, 146 horsepower, injection, 160 horsepower, and turbo versions, 205 horsepower. Perhaps the appearance of the V6 under the hood of this business class can only be explained by the desire for progress. After all, he did not save the size of the engine compartment at all. The latter was designed for the L series in diesel R6 LD28 and RD28. The VG20E has no boost, but the promised lack of momentum from below, too. In the city, a compact V-image confidently pushes a nearly 1.5-ton sedan in just half a pedal. True, on the highway you want to go a little more than 100 km/h, then the V6 comes out strained. Transmission. Cedric/Gloria were equipped with 4- and 5-speed manual gearboxes. The main one was the automatic with 4 gears. In Spartan and relatively simple configurations, it was controlled from the poker on the steering column. At the same time, the parking brake was foot and blossomed from the handle under the panel. In richly equipped cars, both had the usual location for the old world. Suspension. Cedric has a McPherson. The design is identical to that used, say, on the Toyota Mark II in the bodies of X30/X40, X60, X70. The rack is one piece with a ball joint and a steering knuckle. Behind in our case is a solid beam. There is information that the 3.0-liter Cedric/Gloria used a multi-link suspension, and exactly on the top equipment there could be air springs. Those also relied on the special performance of Gloria Jack Nicklaus. So McPherson, however, like the bridge, does not betray their presence in any way. Instead of regular 15 wheels, 215/50 R17 are here. Nevertheless, Cedric quite gentlemanly rolls over the rails, practically does not notice asphalt joints. Large irregularities flow with the pleasant swaying of the entire body. Lulling, in general. Steering and braking system. Relitzia. Well, this, like the engine, is also from the category of do not demand the impossible. However, there are no noticeable backlashes, and although the steering wheel is light in Japanese, this does not interfere with the feel of the car. In the end, the brakes, rear, by the way, drum, are quite consistent with the capabilities of the suspension and engine.